What's up, everyone? Welcome to the ever so rare D&D&Chill. How are y'all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing tired. As always, I am very tired. But it's been a while since this, it's been a while since I've done this, so I want to get back into this. Oh, yeah. So, I know it's been a bit. I have to put together, I want to talk about the last thing that I haven't really talked about when it comes to February. I haven't talked about February's calendar collection so long, and I'm working on March now, so got a lot to talk about. Don't have a ton of time tonight, but just wanted to get in here, say hey, say thanks for coming back. Very much appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm still pulling up some windows, so one moment. Having a mashup of two monthly themes. No, God, no. That would be a massive headache. Massive headache. Nope, just trying to see what I can do. All right. So how's everyone doing tonight? Oh, like I said, it's been a while. I'm tired. Like I said, I am just exhausted. Yeah, that's it. Just sheer exhaustion I have felt. So that's really about it. Oh, trying to find all my notes for this too. It's not in my wheelhouse today. Just kind of hanging out right now. All right, let's get some shit on the screen here. There you go. So I got a couple things that I want to work on today. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Closed all my windows. So I don't know if you guys, what am I doing? I'm doing D&D&Chill, man. I'm working on March. So if you remember, last month we did, January was Frostfell Adventures. Last month we did, oh shit, didn't mean to put that in there. Last month we did the Court of Love and Valor, with the Paladin of Chivalry, the Sunitian race, a couple different things with that. But we got to finish that up. I want to kind of showcase the monster that I made for that. But I also want to talk about March's theme, the Whims of Luck and Fate. This one doesn't have the tagline. I realized that. Also, Whims doesn't have the I, because there's no I in team. So, but yeah, it is. So it's the Whims of Luck and Fate navigate the capricious tides of fate and fortune. So this is the general theme for March. So that's what we're going to be working on a little tonight. I have some of the details for the class that I'm working on, so I'm going to be putting that together. I still have the Paladin. I just basically made a copy of that, so we're going to be working on. Yeah, and then so I was actually in the process of loading these, and I know I've talked about it time and time before, but how like my backgrounds and images just aren't working anymore. And I found out it's because obviously I use Discord to host a lot of my images. And the problem I found out is that Discord is basically is refreshing the links outside of Discord every week. So every week I'd have to go in and refresh these. So I was like, well, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, that's annoying. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll find another service. So I was like, okay, what's an image hosting site? Oh yeah, Google Photos. I was like, I have Google Photo. And I was like, I can go in and, add a bunch of my images and work with that. And so I did. And I did this like a couple days ago. Yeah, 1 day ago. And it changed the next day. So I don't know if I'm going to do it on the stream. I don't know if I'm going to sit here and try and pull all these in and redo this. I need to find another hosting site for my images. It is such a headache. And I just want a place to host these images so that I can work on this shit. What a fucking headache. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the final things. We're gonna kind of go over everything that we worked on this month, and then God, because I have to go in and change all the backgrounds again. I'm not even going to. So, like I said, just as a reminder. Oh wait, hold on. I could actually. I don't know why I pulled those up. I can just right there, calendars collection. I'm making a new document. So, it's God. This is gonna be so hard to read if I don't change these backgrounds. Oh, what a pain. All right, one moment. And there's like a part of me that's like, it's like, hey, maybe if you just didn't change the background, maybe if you just used like the one that's actually on, GM Binder, you wouldn't have to worry about this. You wouldn't have to worry about a background image. And then there's also a part of me that's like, no, fuck that. Like, I should be able to have the background that I want. It's me. Maybe that's just a me thing, but like, I feel like that's not too much to ask. Yeah. So let's see. Now that I fixed that. No, so I have to go in and update each one. Update. Let's. Okay. Nope, didn't update. Yeah, and see, here's the other problem, is the fact that Google Chrome is actually really bad at doing one thing, and that is updating like the shit on their browsers. Like, I have to go in and manually delete like all this bullshit in order for things to work. Okay, I at least want to put this in here so that we can see it. So we're gonna put it, yeah, it's this. Okay, cool. But yeah, just a headache, an absolute bottom line headache. And I don't know why it's such a big deal. I don't know why it's a problem. It doesn't have to be. All right, so let's copy that, and just for the shits and giggles, put that in there. Save, update, and we got to do it for the Sunitian because it didn't update. Save that. Yeah, so now what I have to do is I have to go in and clear my browsing history for cached images, And now, when I reload this, you see it works. It's a pain. It's such a headache. Okay, so, but again, we're gonna go through this, and I'm just gonna have the images over here for what we're looking at. So, as I said, February, we were working in the Court of Love and Valor, which wherever that image got added, there we go. So the Court of Love and Valor, where romance meets chivalry in a dance of destiny, with our first creation, the Paladin Oath of Chivalry. The Oath of Chivalry takes or binds a paladin to the loftiest ideals of protection, courage, and the power of true love and deep friendship. Paladins who swear this oath dedicate themselves to the service of others, championing the cause of justice and often becoming the beacon of hope in the darkest of times. So a paladin who takes this oath upholds the highest ideals of knightly honor, bravery, and sacrifice. The tenets of chivalry are to be a merciful leader, to show mercy to your slain enemies, for through compassion you can turn foes into friends. Enchanting warrior, wield your charm as a weapon, captivating and disarming those who would do you harm. A gallant protector, offer your strength to shield those who cannot defend themselves. And noble sacrifice, prioritize the welfare of others above your own, even if it requires personal sacrifice. The spells you get with this class, oh, by the way, here is the beautiful art for it, are Charm Person, Sanctuary, Enthrall, Warding Bond, Beacon of Hope, Life Transference, Charm Monster, Guardian of Faith, Dominate Person, and Greater Restoration. Spells that are focused on either charming your enemies or aiding and keeping your allies alive, okay? Whether it's Sanctuary, Warding Bond, Life Transference, Guardian of Faith, or Greater Restoration, those are all spells that are designed to protect you or your allies. Charm Person, Enthrall, Charm Monster, and Dominate Person are all about controlling your allies. Controlling your enemies. At third level, you get 2 Channel Divinities. First is that you issue a challenge that compels other creatures to do battle with you. Each creature that can hear your voice within 30 feet must make a creatures of your choice that can hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, a creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you, has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you. If you're aware, this is very similar to the Compelled Duel spell, but instead of one creature, it's creatures of your choice within 30 feet. Second Channel Divinity, Knightly Charge. You use your Channel Divinity to make a valiant charge against an opponent. As a bonus action, you can move up to 30 feet and make a single melee weapon attack with advantage. On a hit, you deal additional damage equal to 2d6 for each 10 feet you moved before the attack and the target is prone. So this is about charging up to your enemy, getting into their face, knocking them back, and being this, this towering bastion against the evil. 7th level Aura of Allure. You and your allies within 10 feet gain advantage on saves against being charmed. Creatures of your choice within the aura suffer disadvantage on saving throws against enchantment spells you cast. Again, this is about making enemies easier to charm because you want to be able to control the battlefield. Additionally, and this is something that was added after the fact, but I absolutely love this, when you restore 5 or more hit points to a creature using your Lay on Hands feature, you can end the charmed condition on that creature. I love this. I love the idea of using Lay on Hand points for other things. This was something that I forget who brought it up, but somebody here in the chat mentioned this, and I thought it was a really cool idea. So yeah, glad I got to include that one. 15th level, you form a magical bond with a creature as an action for 1 hour, granting both of you advantage on all charisma checks and saving throws. The bonded creature also gains the effects of the heroism spell without requiring concentration, and this is once per long rest. Finally, level 20, Paragon of Chivalry. For 1 minute, you emit an aura that grants resistance to all damage for you and your allies within 30 feet. Creatures that make a death saving throw within 30 feet of you treat any roll of 10 or higher as a critical success, and you can use your Champion's Challenge feature at will, and creatures under its effects also suffer the effect of the Bane spell without concentration. Again, everything for the Oath of Chivalry is all about being the one that is the knight in shining armor, the one on the battlefield that draws everyone's attention due to their charisma, their gallantry, their beauty, and being the one that is there to embolden everyone else, even the enemies. So that is the Paladin Oath of Chivalry. We will move on to the Sunetians. So the Sunetians is the race that we worked on for this month. In the glow of twilight, where shadows dance with light, the Sunetian grace us with their presence. They say a single glance from a Sunetian can ignite the coldest heart, and their laughter is the melody of joy reborn. They are love's artisans and weavers of bonds that transcend time. So obviously this race is one that kind of has like a very specific tie to one particular god, and that is Sune. Sunetians were like birthed from Sune's desire to spread love and emotional understanding. So with this, Sunetians get a +1 to wisdom and a +2 to charisma. They mature at about the same rate as humans, but live up to 1,000 years. Where's my back scratcher? Sorry, I need my back scratcher. Like humans, they range in height and size of about 5 to 6 feet. They are medium with a base walking speed of 30 feet. They have dark vision. They can see in dim light or darkness up to 60 feet. They have flight. They have delicate luminescent wings centered on their upper back with a 30-foot flying speed so long as you are not wearing medium or heavy armor. Their main racial traits: empathetic insight. You can read the emotions of others with ease. You have advantage on insight checks to determine the emotional state of a creature. Sune's grace. You know the friend's cantrip. When you cast an enchantment spell that would cause a creature to become hostile towards you once the spell ends, the target can make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the creature does not become hostile towards you, recognizing the genuine affection or goodwill behind your actions. And heartfelt connection. You can establish a profound emotional connection with others. As an action, you can touch a willing creature and establish a bond for 24 hours. While bonded, you can communicate your emotions to each other over any distance so long as you're on the same plane of existence. And this bond can be formed with only one creature at a time, and you know common and celestial. So very much built kind of like elves almost, but if elves were if almost like elves and Azamar, had a bit of a tie-in with one another. Very much into emotion and love. That is their driving force. Moving on to the background of the matchmaker. So in the tapestry of human connection, Human connections. The matchmaker is an artist, weaving threads of relationships with a deft hand and an insightful heart. Their craft is not born of magic, but of a deep understanding of the desires and intricacies that lie within the soul. The matchmaker's realm is one of emotion and intuition, where the subtle dance of courtship and camaraderie is guided by their skilled touch. So with this background, if you are playing a matchmaker, you have proficiency in insight and persuasion. You have proficiency with a disguise kit and one type of artisan tools. The equipment you have is a disguise kit, a small collection of love letters and contracts you've helped craft, a quill and ink set, a book on the psychology of relationships, a set of fine clothes, and a purse containing 15 gold. And the feat that you get with this is observant. The feature that comes with this is Heart's Whisper. You possess an uncanny ability to discern the desires of the heart, often understanding a person's needs and wants better than even they do themselves. This gives you a unique leverage into social situations, allowing you to influence and guide conversations and negotiations with ease. After spending 1 hour connecting and conversing with a creature, you can gain advantage on any insight or persuasion check you make to better understand their emotional state or to convince them to act on their feelings or best interests. So if you ever wanted to play a highly persuasive kind of character who can play on people's feelings and emotions in maybe a little more neutral way, where a Sunnishan is going to generally be more good, more lawful. I would even say like good, neutral good. I would say matchmaker can really be like lawful neutral. You know, you can use your persuasive skills for good or bad. All right, moving on to magic items. Put them all together. Putting them together, there's a lot of overlap. Like, empathetic insight is very similar to Heart's Whisper. Like there is already a bit of overlap, but definitely playing a Sunnishan matchmaker. I would get, if there was a Sunnishan matchmaker going around, they would literally just be Cupid. Like they could like basically sense into the emotions of any one other creature and like divine almost into them who they are perfect for. So, all right, the magic items for February were the bands of heartfelt bonds. These rings must be attuned by 2 creatures. While attuned within 100 feet of one another, they gain a +1 to AC and saving throws. Additionally, once per day, one wearer can transfer up to half of their hit points to the other wearer as an action. Eternal Rose of Vitality. This enchanted rose never wilts and emits a soft, comforting glow. The wielder can use it to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level once per day. Additionally, once per long rest, the rose can be used to inspire courage, granting up to 3 creatures within 30 feet temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus the wielder's charisma modifier. Locket of Memories. This locket can store a single memory up to 10 minutes in length. As an action, placing this locket up to your head, you pull a memory from your mind and transform it into a visual image. This memory can be replayed by the holder at will. Additionally, by spending a spell slot of 5th level or higher, a holder can alter the details of the stored memory. The changes can be as minor or major as the holder's desire, but cannot alter the viewing perspective of the memory. While within a zone of truth, the locket shows the true memory. A remove curse or greater restoration spell on the locket restores the true memory. Bracelet of Unyielding Devotion. When you attune to this bracelet, you must declare one creature as your devoted. This bracelet gains the wearer advantage on saving throws against being charmed. Additionally, if the wearer is targeted by a spell or effect that would cause them to harm the creature they have declared as their devoted, they can use their reaction to end this effect. Cupid's Bow. It is a rare longbow or short bow. This elegantly crafted bow, and you can also see it on the screen. This elegantly crafted bow is adorned with motifs of hearts and wings and feels surprisingly light. When you attune to this bow, you gain a +1 attack to damage. You gain a +1 to attack and damage rolls made with it. This bow has 3 charges. When you make an attack with Cupid's Bow, you can expend a charge, declaring it as a Heartseeker shot before rolling the attack. You have advantage on this attack roll, and if it hits, the target takes an additional 2d8 psychic damage as it feels an overwhelming sense of emotion. It regains these charges at dawn. Additionally, while attuned to this, you have proficiency with the persuasion skill, and if you already were proficient with persuasion, you can double your proficiency bonus for checks made with it. And lastly, for magic items, we have Eros's Arrows of Allure and Aversion. When you hit a creature with this arrow, the target must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become charmed or frightened by you for a minute. While charmed in this way, the creature regards you as a trusted friend and allied. The effect ends if you or your companions do anything hostile to the charmed creature. While frightened in this way, the creature must spend its turn moving as far away from you as possible. So, I need to take away that requires attunement. The arrow does not require attunement. You can't attune to an arrow. I don't know why I added that. Oh, I think I was just copy and pasting. Yeah, that's definitely what I was doing. All right. There we go. All right, so moving on to what I have not shown. Welcome, Aaron. What I have not shown on the channel yet, but if you follow the Discord over at kelscorner.com, I did update with these spells, and I actually didn't even talk about these feats yet, so we're going to get into that. So, the 4 spells that I put together for this month for the Court of Love and Valor are Detect Emotions, Chivalrous Shield, Breathtaking, and Aura of Valor. So Detect Emotions is a first level divination spell that works very similarly to Detect Thoughts, and it's kind of like Detect Thoughts, Detect Magic, and Zone of Truth. The way that it works is it's concentration for up to 10 minutes. It's an aura of 30 feet. For 10 minutes, you sense the presence of strong emotions in creatures around you. Each creature... Oh, I missed something here. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I need to just take that out. I'll fix that later. Because I actually changed this a few times. Each creature within that area that is experiencing a significant emotion has a faint aura that indicates the emotion it is feeling, such as happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, or surprise. As an action, while you are concentrating on this spell, you can focus on one creature that you can see within range and attempt to discern the trigger of their emotion. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain momentary insight into who or what caused this strong emotion. If it succeeds, the spell does not reveal this information, and when you use this action, regardless of learning the target of the emotion or not, the spell ends. So the way that this works, so Detect Magic is a fairly mundane spell. Yeah, we're gonna go down here to Detect. So Detect Magic is a fairly mundane spell that when you cast it, you get a 30-foot aura that allows you to sense faint auras around anything that's magical, anything that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic. Detect Thoughts is a spell that you can choose a creature that you can see within range, and when you cast it, you learn like their surface level thoughts, but you can focus on them, force them to make a wisdom save, and if they fail, you can like dig into their thoughts. So that's where this kind of plays with one another. It's kind of like Detect Magic, because the first part of the spell is you have an aura sensing ability where you can tell what emotion people are feeling. Are they angry? Are they fearful? Are they sad? Now, I wanted to keep it to those 6 because much like the schools of magic, where there's only 8 of them, I didn't want it to be like, you know, they feel forlorn, you know, where it's like sadness and loneliness. Like, you know, you get like the general sense of like the major emotion. But much like Detect Thoughts, you can dig into what that is. And when you do this, you gain kind of like a flash in your mind of what it is that is causing that. So for example, if you and your party are traveling through a forest and you're looking for a monster and you come across a wounded animal, you could use Detect Emotions to detect, like, clearly it's going to give like, you know, fear, maybe sadness. What makes emotions wisdom? I had a passing thought they might see. So wisdom is so Constitution is your body. Well, because your emotions can affect your health. See, I wouldn't make it Constitution, because Constitution is like anything entering your body, like poisons. That's where Constitution saves come into play. If anything else, if I did not go wisdom, because wisdom is your mind, okay? Wisdom is like your third eye. It's your ability to perceive the world around you, and it's you taking that in. This is why charmed effects play into wisdom. It's why frightened effects play into wisdom. And arguably those are 2 emotions, you know, fear and lust. But it's also anything that like confusion, anything that makes you not not follow your own mind. The only other ability score that I would even consider making the saving throw would be charisma, and that's because to some degree your charisma can play into your emotions. You know, you can mask your emotions and you can affect your emotions based on your own charisma. But in my opinion, anything that has to do with your mental state, and emotions are your mental state, is playing into wisdom. Constitution is anything that is going to be like bodily harm, like physically bodily harm, because Constitution is a physical stat, where strength, dexterity, and con are physical stats. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are your mental stats. So in my opinion, that's what makes it wisdom, is the fact that it's not playing on your logical self, it's playing on your literally like logic and emotion. It's not intelligence, and in my opinion, it's not your outward charisma. In my opinion, it's more your inward, you know, it's that wisdom. It's that part of you that takes in the outside, not that part of you that projects to the outside. Don't know why that just updated. But yeah, so like I said, an example of how you could use this spell would be as if you're traveling through the woods and you're looking for a monster. And you come across a wounded deer, you cast Detect Emotions. You detect fear and anger, or fear and sadness. And you focus on them, you impose that wisdom save, and when they fail, you get like an insight in your mind. You get this like glimpse of, this horrific monster towering over them, like, swinging a claw or something like that. Obviously giving you the information that you need, but maybe, just maybe, you also get a glimpse, or instead, maybe you get a glimpse of their like, of like them turning and looking at, a ranger, who's just firing an arrow or something like that, or maybe it's just a wolf that attacked them and it's something minor. This gives you that little glimpse into their current emotional psyche. But that is available to bards, clerics, druids, paladins, sorcerer, warlocks, and wizards. All right, moving up to second level, Chivalrous Shield. It's a second level abjuration spell. It is a reaction when a creature that you can see within range 30 feet becomes the target of an attack. You cause a portion of your armor to magically appear on the target, granting them a bonus to their AC equal to your spellcasting modifier. Simultaneously, your own AC is reduced by the same amount until the start of your next turn. This, to me, plays well into the idea of like the shield spell for yourself and the, Shield of Faith for clerics and whatnot. But this is very much a reactionary spell that when somebody in your party is about to be hit, say you have a 20 AC and the wizard in your party has a 16 and they're about to be hit by some creature, you can use your reaction to lose. You're going to go down to a 15, but they're going to bump up to a 21. So, and it's literally like your armor disappearing off of you and being like magically, appearing on them, just this like, and those attacks glancing off now. So, yeah, that was a fun spell to brainstorm with a buddy of mine. All right, we got level 3rd enchantment spell, Breathtaking. It's one action, the range is self, and it is a concentration for up to a minute. You enchant yourself, becoming irresistibly alluring to a creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they become so captivated by your allure that their breath is taken away and they begin to suffocate. At the end of the target's turn while suffocating, they must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 4d6 necrotic damage and continue to suffocate. On a successful save, the effect ends and they can breathe normally. See, this is kind of the point I was making before. This is where wisdom and constitution can play well with one another. Wisdom is them trying to avoid being charmed. So it's them using their mind to say, no, this is a bad thing that's about to happen to us. We need to not fall for this trick. If they fell for that trick, the Constitution saving score or the Constitution saving throw is now, I need to breathe. And that's also like breathing in poisons or, drinking ale and stuff where it's like, my body is now physically suffering and I need to try and like wrench away from this. So If the target is suffering for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier, or if their hit points drop to 0 due to this spell, they fall unconscious and it cannot regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again. A creature can use their action to resuscitate you, allowing you to breathe again. I need to change that from you. A creature can use their reaction to resuscitate the target, allowing the target to breathe again. That should not be you, that should be target. And a creature that does not need to breathe is unaffected by the spell, plain and simple. All right. And lastly, Aura of Valor, a 30-foot radius, 10-foot concentration spell, 4th level. You emanate an aura of inspiring valor. Each non-hostile creature in the aura, including you, can't be charmed or frightened. Additionally, the first time each creature enters the aura or starts their turn there, they gain 1d8 temporary hit points. While within the aura, each creature can gain advantage on a number of their attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws equal to your spellcasting modifier. Once a creature uses this benefit for a number of times equal to your spellcasting modifier, it cannot do so again until the next time you cast this spell, and that is for bards and paladins. Yeah, some really fun, kind of diverse spells. You know, we have 4 different schools. You know, we got learning some, we got insight stuff, you know, divination, we got protection magic, we have enchanting and suffocation magic, and then we have evocation magic, you know, granting your allies some boons. I would even say this might fall under, no, this wouldn't be enchantment. If anything, it might be, no, yeah, just be evocation. Yeah, that's it. All right, so moving on to feats. Now, I did not post these over in Kel's Corner, so this would be the first time that I think anybody would be seeing these other than my one friend. So that helped me work on some of these. So first off, we have the Knight's Oath, this lovely art generated by ChatGPT. Prerequisite, strength or charisma of 13 or higher. And you're gonna see this. This is very much the paladin version of Magic Initiate, Eldritch Adept, or Artificer Initiate. So you have sworn an oath of chivalry, dedicating yourselves to the ideals of honor, courage, and protection. As part of this oath, you gain the following benefits. You learn 1 first-level spell of your choice from the Paladin spell list. Charisma is your spell-casting ability modifier for it. You gain a pool of healing power equal to your proficiency bonus times 3. As an action, you can touch a creature and draw from that pool to restore a number of hit points to the creature, up to a maximum amount remaining in your pool. Lastly, Divine Smite. You can imbue your weapon attacks with divine energy. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage to the target, and you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, regaining them on a long rest. Basically, I took the first 3 things that a paladin gets, I whittled them down to what's a character of like 0th level would have, and that's what it works out to be. The reason I wanted to do this is I wanted to allow players, I kind of like the idea of having a feat that lets a player access a little bit of like another class's features. And funny enough, as I'm saying this, yeah, I actually completely forgot about this until I started mentioning this. Somebody did something like this on Reddit once. And I wonder how close I got to it. It seems rare for someone to so paladin spells are very specific. And it is very rare because even Magic Initiate does not get it. And that's why Knight's Oath is that thing. Yeah, multi-class feats. Paladin, here we go. 4th level, Strength Charisma. You count as having 1 level in the Paladin class for anything, okay. Okay, so prestige feature, the strength of your conviction manifests in the form of conviction dice, which are d8. You have a number of these equal to proficiency. When you hit a creature using a melee attack, you can expend a conviction die to deal extra radiant damage. Oh, yeah, see, this is pretty much... This is kind of like a little bit of a weaker form of what I did. Is it just that? Yeah, it's just that. Although this does grant proficiency in religion and a martial weapon, as well as anything that requires you to have a level in paladin. I guess I'm doing the same thing with the divine smite because it's a d8, so that's about the same. The lay on hands, you can spend any amount of conviction dice, or you can spend 1 die to cure a creature. So I guess, I think with this system, it works, but yeah, I'm okay with mine. I completely forgot about this. That's cool. All right, so, our second feat that we worked on, and actually this is one that my friend made, and I'm just adding it to mine because I really liked it. I helped him design it. Quick Draw. Prerequisite, Dexterity 13. You've honed your reflexes and can react swiftly in combat, gaining the following benefits. You have advantage on initiative rolls. You can draw or stow a weapon as a free action on your turn, and when initiative is rolled, but before any turns are taken, you can use your reaction to make a single weapon attack. Super simple, very easy to understand. Quick Draw. You know, whether you're range, whether you're melee, this is just about being faster than everyone in that blink of a moment before anything happens. All right, and finally, our last feat, which this one definitely is a bit of an overlap down here with Sune's Grace. And I'm very well aware of that. So, Heartfelt Persuasion, Charisma, prerequisite, Charisma 13 or higher, and the ability to cast at least 1 spell. Emotional Attunement, you gain the ability to cast the Charm Person spell once without expending a spell slot. You regain this ability to cast this when you finish a long rest. Charisma is your spellcasting ability score. Genuine Deception. When you successfully charm a creature with a spell or ability, you can force the creature to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of the effect's duration. On a failed save, the quick draw, or Jesus Christ, I looked up and saw quick draw. On a failed save, the creature doesn't realize it was charmed by you. This plays more heavily into generics of any spell that has a charmed effect generally ends with the creature knowing they were charmed, not necessarily like the one the Sunetian gets, which is that they become hostile. A Sunetian could use a spell and they'll know that they've had that spell cast on them. This is a feat that allows them to not even know that they had a spell cast. And Empathetic Connection. Once per long rest, you can use your action to empathize with a creature that you can see within 30 feet. For the next 10 minutes, you have advantage on charisma checks made to influence them. So very much playing into that, that emotion and that persuasion. The Quick Draw seems more generic than the theme. So yes, I can see that, but at the same time, what is more chivalrous than getting the drop on an enemy that does not yield? okay? If as a paladin, you can drop the enemy before they even have the opportunity to hurt those that you are deemed to protect, that is very much, you know, a way that can be played into the idea of valor. You know, you preemptively struck before they could even hurt the ones that you love. Now, it was built as a generic one, but if you remember, when we built this spell, Elemental Touch, we initially designed it to be Ice Touch, where anytime you cast a spell of any other element, you can turn it into cold damage. We then turned that into a generic feat. So there is a part of me that kind of each month might have, you know, might have like a more thematic, a more heavily thematic, and then a feat that is in essence a little more generic, but has, you know, could or something that could be tied to the theme, but might have a little bit more of a generic play into it. Because again, quick draw, yes, it is generic, but it could have that play built into it. Reworded as some form, that might be a different kind of feat. Like I could see a feat, where it's like, you know, something along the same lines of like high dexterity, where it's like, or like even adding a feature into here, where it's like, well, no, because yeah, that wouldn't even be a thing. Yeah, because the thing is that there's other abilities out there. There's already like other features and traits that is like, you know, if you take the fighting initiate feat, you can get the protection fighting style that allows you to like impose disadvantage, or the interception style, which allows you to take the damage from somebody. This one was definitely more built for like, this wasn't built for a paladin, but again, this is more of just a generic feat that could be built in and played however somebody wants it to be. I really liked it. I thought it was a really cool one, and was happy to help my friend make a feat for his game. And yeah, I was like, hey, I'm gonna add this to my February. I'm like, I'm sure a paladin would use this, or, you know, a protective kind of character who's wanting to get the drop on an enemy. So but yeah, so that is the spells and feats for February, and we are moving on to now I will admit, I know it was brought up in the chat, I have not finished, I haven't finished all, or the look of the Flit stat block, so I will have to do that. I will be doing that. That'll be part of the release when I put this out on Patreon, which should be going up next week. So that'll be involved in there, but this week we're going to talk about the Envy Serpent. So I was like, wait, where's the lines? No, it's because of the fucking images. Okay. So, well, excuse me. The Envy Serpent is a medium monstrosity, chaotic neutral, armor class of 15, 78 hit points with a 30-foot slithering speed and a 30-foot climb speed. You'll talk about Flit in Discord chat. I will probably put it up in there once I get it all done, before the Patreon link goes out. But yeah, like I said, it'll definitely be included in the Patreon whenever I put that out in there. So, because I have most of the stuff together, I just need to literally put it into the stat blocks. So the main thing about the Envy Serpent and how it's been designed is it is built from jealousy. So I'll read the flavor text here. Slithering from the shadows of envy and jealousy, the envy serpent is a sinister embodiment of the darker facets of desire. With scales as green as the deepest envy, it moves with a grace that belies its malevolent intent. Its eyes, glowing with a bitter light, pierce through the heart of those it encounters, seeking out the seeds of jealousy and nurturing them into a full bloom. Crafted by twisted sorcery or born from the envious whispers of the Forsaken, the envy serpent is a creature of malice and spite. It speaks not with words but the hiss of jealousy, a sound that sows discord and strife. Its venom is not of the body but of the mind, poisoning thoughts and turning friend against friend, lover against lover. To cross paths with the envious serpent, the envy serpent is to confront the very essence of jealousy, a challenge to one's ability to resist the lure of covetous thoughts. In the tangled webs of human emotion, the snake slithers ever on, reminder of the destructive power of envy and the need to guard one's heart against its insidious whisper. So, for the most part, it's a snake. Has a bite attack that deals some poison, has constrict, allows him to grapple, but its main two things: one, jealous fury. When the envy serpent sees a creature receiving aid or affection, it becomes consumed by jealousy, gaining advantage on attack rolls against that creature until the end of its turn. I might have to put more specifics behind this just so it's understood. Basically, if a creature receives healing or has a spell that applies a boon or buff to them, like enhanced ability or anything like that, this creature gets advantage on attack rolls against that creature until the end of its next turn, because it wants to be the target of those good spells. It also has an ability called Jealous Hiss. The envy serpent emits a hissing sound imbued with psychic energy in a 30-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw, taking 4d10 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. A creature that fails the save is also overcome with jealousy, becoming charmed for 1 minute. While charmed in this way, the creature must use its action to gain possession of the most valuable object held by the nearest creature. At the end of its turns, the target can make another wisdom save. On a success, the spell ends. It could gain advantage on a whole group with mass healing word. Yeah, it could. Here's the thing. This is a medium monstrosity. This is only like, this is like the low end of CR7. This is like a CR6 creature to a degree. I would pit like 4 of these against a group and watch the chaos go. Because yeah, when you have a cleric using mass healing word or mass cure wounds, this is going to go down. But yeah, Jealous Hiss. If you fail that wisdom save and you become charmed, you now must try and gain possession of the most valuable object held by the nearest creature. That could be like the bag of holding, for example, on a creature. You know, maybe your fellow party member, your fellow adventurer is carrying, the bag of holding that has all the party's loot. Guess what? They're going to have to use their action to gain possession of that. And that is either going to, cause mayhem in the party or just make them burn their action by trying to get it. How is it determined? It is determined by value. So literally like the gold value of it. Okay, this is about jealousy. This is about me, like you wanting what someone else has. So if it's a magic item, if they have magic items, they're going to want some of those magic items. They're going to want that magic axe. They're going to want that magic bow. I could put in there that it can be determined by the DM, but I think it'd be funnier to, you know, just have it play out. But yeah, with that one, yeah, the most valuable object held by the nearest creature. And but here's the thing, that could even be an enemy, okay? That could be a goblin. You know, there could be a goblin within 5 feet of them that's carrying, you know, a short sword. And they're like, give me that short sword. So they run over to them and they're like trying to pull it away from them. You know, it could even be, you know, it could be a commoner who's cowering in the corner who has like a set of pearls. Most valuable as determined by the one that is charmed. Well, no. Like, to say the most valuable is that would be determined by like just the numbers. I mean, I guess to be, I guess I have to change how it's worded. Like the item that has the highest gold value. Action to gain possession. That is what I'm getting at. Like, this is an object that has the highest gold cost. Mechanics wise, it might have to state gold value. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, but there's a reason why I put valuable before that. Valuable could really be anything, which is kind of why, you know, I was leaving it a bit, you know, a bit more generic. But I mean, I get it. Oh yeah, no, definitely the way that it should be interpreted is highest gold cost. Like sentimental value means nothing. Economic cost is what this is playing into, because it's about wanting the valuables of others. With what Iluna has, it isn't the bag of holding. Yeah, no. In my opinion, the way that I designed this is that it is the item that has the highest value, so the highest gold value. But here's the thing. If they get possession of that, like let's say, for example, it's, you know, Cephas going against Iluna, and he reaches over and grabs the bag of holding, and everything in the bag of holding goes with it, and then Iluna still has like her moon bow. On his next turn, if he has not succeeded that saving throw and he's still right next to her, he might do what it takes to try and take that bow, you know, because now it becomes a thing. So that's what this is the design of. And the thing is that because magic items have such an intrinsically obscure and high gold value, it's gonna be magic items first. And again, there is a part of me that might just change this to say the creature must use its action to gain possession of an item determined by the DM. And that's it. That might be, you know what? No, I think that's where I'm gonna go with this. Creature must use its action to gain possession of an item as determined by the DM. There we go. That resolves it. Now the DM is the one that can choose what does jealousy play into? You know, what of that other creature, or that even doesn't say it's the creature nearest to them. It could just be something, you know? So now, this isn't even like something that's near them. This could be like a player on the other side of the battlefield. They're now like, Cephas might want Smith's staff of fire. So, you know, in Cephas's mind, it's like, I'm a warforged with the essence of fire. I'm a volcano. I deserve that fire staff. And now he's having to use his action to move over there. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks. Appreciate the follow. You know, and he could now march over there trying to take that staff off of Smith. Charmed person is suddenly envious that somebody else has something. Yeah. So, yeah, while charmed in this way, a creature must use its action to gain possession of an item as determined by the DM at the end of each of its turns. It can make another save. Love you too, buddy. Saw, dude. So yeah, that is where I am leaning on that. So there we go. And it would have this lovely image. If shit worked. There's the Envy Serpent. I also love that it gave its tongue this heart shape. That, I don't know if that was like a thing it meant to do, but I thought that was really cool. So I thought it was really cool that its tongue had a heart shape in it. So I am going to try and get all these images back in here. This whole thing's just being fucky. This document was lovingly created. That's really funny that that's down there, because that's not how that should show up. Yeah, this document was lovingly created using GM Binder. That's just really funny. It's like, this was lovingly made. Beautiful. So yeah, so there you go. That is so far what we have for February. Like I said, I hadn't touched on a lot of this, and I wanted to let you guys know what that was and what I was working on. I'm gonna try and get this updated tomorrow. I do have some plans tomorrow, but I plan on working on a lot of this. So that's my big one. But now we got to move on to March. It's time for March. It is time for it is time for the Whims of Luck and Fate. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Bada boom, bada bing. The Whims of Luck and Fate. Navigating the capricious tides of fate and fortune. So what are we gonna be working on this month in March? Oh boy. Oh boy. We got some fun stuff. We got a luck-based cleric coming down the pipeline. I have the notes. They're right on my screen. We're gonna build him tonight. I don't have the flavor text set up yet, so yes, everything's green now. Specifically the color 78C42F. That is the hex code for this color green for this month. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we are going to be doing, this was initially going to be like Luck of the Irish. It was going to be Emerald Isles. It was going to be snakes and stuff. And I got to change this because I wanted to kind of move away from that. I felt it was playing a little too much into like specific real world things. I mean, granted, Valentine's Day, but like Love and Valor isn't necessarily Valentine's Day, but it is. It's associated with it. But Luck and Fortune is more the generic theme behind St. Patrick's Day. So goodbye beings of serpentine lore, but maybe maybe we'll have an item that allows you to charm snakes. Because initially the background I was going to go with was a snake charmer. But things have changed. And in fact, Shamrock Shillelagh. Oh god, that sounds sick. Oh, dude, Shamrock. Wait, hold on. No, this is gonna be a spell. This is gonna be a spell. Oh, no. This is 100% a spell. Shamrock, illusion magic. It's a fake rock. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like you look like a fake rock or that you can conjure a fake rock like that one spell, Magic Stone, where you like create magic stones, but it's like an illusion version of that. Oh, that we actually no, that would be a fun spell. Shamrock, you create a number of fake looking rocks in your hand that perfectly imitates the sound, shape, and weight of a stone. Yeah, it's like, it's so mundane, but the thing is like, you can throw it. Shit, here, hold on. You can throw it and it clatters like a normal rock. You can toss it at something and it will hit it like a normal rock. You can hit someone with it, dealing 1 damage like a normal rock, but when someone inspects it, they must make an investigation check. And on a success, it's revealed to be an illusion. On a failure, they believe it's a real rock. 1 bludgeoning damage, yeah. Dealing 1 bludgeoning damage. That's amazing. Shamrock. Oh my god. And then you know what? No, that is 100% it, Stacy, because you can't find any on the ground. I cannot tell you the amount of times I have had players in my games say, is there a rock or something around? Like, they want to get, you know, the attention of a creature, or they want to distract them somewhere. And it's like, is there a rock on the ground? Is there something? And it's like no, but the fucking illusionist wizard in the back's like, I have rocks. And he just like pulls out a rock from from his like behind your ear, casting Shamrock. I've had players, yeah, that's exactly it. You know, you keep, what do players keep on them? They keep bags of rocks, they keep a bottle, they keep a water skin, and they keep like sand or dust. You know, it's definitely a thing. And Shamrock is 100% gonna be a spell that we design. That's amazing. All right, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, we're going to be making a luck cleric. So it is a cleric that is finally that rock you got while trick-or-treating hasn't used yet. So our luck cleric is going to be invoking the blessings of deities associated with luck and fate, manipulating the threads of destiny to aid their allies and confound their foes. It is going to draw upon the powers of the gods like Timora and Bashaba, Timora being the goddess of luck, fortune, and favor, Bashaba being a god of bad luck and of misfortune. So that's going to play into it. The idea that I had for a race, kind of like the Yetikin, we're going to go with the Leprechaun. Having a race that is kind of like the Halfling has the lucky trait. I want to do something where it's like kind of a combination between a gnome and a halfling, where it has some luck-based stuff, but it's also about like illusions, and also is very good at finding treasure. Like, this is what the Leprechaun... Okay, so when I was starting to write notes for the Leprechaun, I did write it Leprechaun, and I was like, oh god, no, their whole thing is just that their body parts fall off. That was 100% something that I accidentally did. Oh man. Yeah, so that was I was like Leprechaun, their body parts fall off. But let's be honest, that would be such a way of intimidating somebody, where it's like just like be able to pop off your arm and swing it like an improvised weapon. Yeah, so like I said, this is I'm gonna try and come up with some like minor luck-based things, some stuff about illusions, but really about being able to like find and track down treasure. And then with the background, we are going to make a fortune teller. Now, I have a lot of the details for the fortune teller already kind of designed, and that is because, and you know, this is going to be coming out later on down the line. It's going to be coming out, I believe, the first week of April. I guess I'm giving a bit of a sneak, a little bit of a spoiler. I actually did a video just the other day. I recorded a video with Ryan Doyle of Verdigris Table, where we went through and we chatted. We just, you know, kind of shot the shit for a while. But on his Game Master's Compendium of Explosive Creation, I got to take a look at one of the new backgrounds that's going to be included in that. And that is the fortune teller. So he and I sat down and made a really awesome fortune teller. And I cannot tell you how much fun that was. I have to get back to that series of making characters with, you know, making characters using the compendium. We had such a fun time doing it. He had some questions that we were rolling some dice and asking, and something that I am going to be adding to the fortune teller is we are going to be putting in a list. We're going to have a D10 list that is some cryptic fortunes of what's the word I want to use? Cryptic fortunes of malign intent. And what does this mean? Well, one of the things I kept coming up with yesterday, when he and I were sitting together and chatting, was different fortunes that one might be given. Different fortunes that one might be given that sound perfectly fine, perfectly innocuous, but have a very deceitful, malign undertone that is revealed in the future. So, for example, one of the first ones I came up with was, I see you in the future with a content smile on your face, surrounded by those you love. Your friends and family come to see you. And there it is. That's the fortune. So the person leaves, they go about their life. Days later, they die. And what that fortune was, is it was their funeral. Or your intelligence is great, and your mind will be further sharpened like a dagger in the coming days. And in truth, what's going to happen is you're going to be involved in a scuffle at a blacksmith shop, and somebody's going to beam you over the back of the head with a sharpening stone, killing you. So I made a list. I made a list of 10 others, and we are going to include these. So I don't know how well it's going to paste into here. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to paste easily, but yeah, here we go. So we got some fortunes, okay? A windfall of wealth will soon come your way, bringing you gold and riches. The reality, you'll be crushed by a falling safe or chest filled with gold. You'll find yourself in the embrace of nature, feeling its raw beauty. Truth be told, you're going to be caught in a catastrophic landslide, buried alive. An unexpected journey awaits you, one that will open your eyes to new horizons. Guess what? You're getting kidnapped, taken against your will, somewhere dangerous. You will soon bask in the warmth of the sun, feeling its life-giving energies. You're going to be stranded in a desert and exposed to extreme heat, suffering from heat stroke. Beaten to death with his own, beaten to death with his own gold pouch. Exactly. A refreshing change is on the horizon, bringing new breath into your life. There's actually a toxic gas leak from the nearby mine, and you're going to suffocate to death. Your voice will carry to ears far and wide, echoing through the halls of time. You're going to be caught in some tragic event, screaming for your life that will go unanswered. A spark of passion will ignite within you, setting your soul ablaze with desire. You will be caught in a fire that was started by a sensual candle display. You will soon be enveloped in a cloak of mystery, shrouded in intrigue. You're actually going to be caught up in a dangerous conspiracy plot, leading to your ultimate demise. A flood of emotions will wash over you, cleansing you, body and spirit. You are going to perish in a flood that originates from the Evermotion River that is up north, the Emotion River. And finally, you will stand tall and unyielding like a mighty oak in the forest. You're going to be caught off guard by a cockatrice in the coming days, and you're going to be petrified. Or you're going to be turned into a tree by a dryad. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making these up. 7 unfortunate sexual relations. Yes. Yes, a spark of passion will ignite within you, setting your soul ablaze with desire. Fuck yeah, dude. No, that is 100% it. And see, the funny thing is that so here's the thing. I don't think that this is coming from like a player. I don't necessarily think that this would have to come from the player. It very much could. It could be a player reading this to a random NPC, and then having like the tragic thing happen to them, and then the player, the player coming back, sometime later and finding out that they died because of it. But I could also see a DM working with this list to have a fortune teller NPC who approaches the party, and like these could be fortunes that like play into the next encounter that they're going to. Maybe the players are going on a quest and the DM looks at something like, you know, this catastrophic mudslide, and they're like, oh, that would be a cool encounter to deal with, and have like a fortune teller point at one of them as they're walking out of town and goes, you will find yourself in the embrace of nature soon. You will feel its raw power. Got me thinking on what the fortune teller's method of fortune telling. So the character that Ryan and I made, I'm not going to get too far into the details because you can wait and see his video when it comes out. We actually talked about tea leaf reading, as well as like a crystal ball. Those were the two things that we discussed, because the character that we designed has a bit of a connection to a very specific cup. So yeah, super excited to see that video come out. So yeah, I think he said, oh, that's right, it's gonna be coming out on my birthday, April 3rd. So yeah, I don't know why I wasn't even thinking of that, but yeah, it'll be coming out on my birthday. So all right, so why don't we go through real quick? We will put together this this awesome cleric, and yeah, have some fun putting this here. Let me just organize this a little. You know what? We're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna move this over to here. Move this over to here. I'm just gonna make this full size. There we go. All right, so this is going to be cleric. And this is the luck domain. Gotta pull this up. We're gonna paste that into there. We'll get some lorem ipsum in there. We don't, I need my cleric page. There we go. So we don't need tenants. That's not what we need. What we need, though, is some luck domain spells. Find where one of those pages went. All right, so cleric. I'm gonna have to put together a little thing here, but I guess we're gonna get rid of the tenants because we don't need the tenants of chivalry. What we do need, though, is we need luck domain spells. I haven't made a cleric, have I? That might be why I'm like struggling in my mind. I've never made a cleric. Yeah, this is the first cleric I'm making. Okay. All right, so at each indicated cleric level, we're just gonna copy. We're gonna be copying straight from the life domain when it comes to syntax. So there we go. Luck domain spells. At each indicated cleric level, you add the listed spells to your spells prepared. I'm also going to open up Twilight. Twilight's the most recent one. Well, yeah. See, and this is, you know what? I want to say this is one of the things that I find, like, working on homebrew is kind of funny. So, Life Cleric is obviously a subclass that comes from the player's handbook. That's one of the most recent ones. Then you have, like, there's like the Arcana one, which comes from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. There's the Blood Domain, which comes from Tal'Dorei Remastered. Death comes from the DMG. Forge comes from Xanathar. And like Life comes from the player's handbook. And so each one of them has like a slightly different design about how it words it. I just kind of always like get a bit of a laugh from it. Let me see if I can find it. What's the, Light, Moon, Nature. Order was from a different one. Peace. What was Peace from? Peace was from Tasha's. Yeah, so that's like the first. That's like the first. Order was from the first one. Yeah, so anything after Peace I don't need to include. But it's like, okay, so Arcana is from, or Life is from the player's handbook, and it says at each indicated cleric level, you add the listed spells to your spells prepared. Okay, cool. The Death Domain comes from the Dungeon Master's Guide, which obviously was only just slightly released after the player's handbook. It says at each indicated cleric level, add the listed spells to your prepared spell list. They don't count towards your limit. So this would indicate that the ones for Life would count towards your limit. Then we have Arcana, which comes from Skag, comes from Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, which is the exact same thing as the DMG. Then we have Xanathar's Guide and the Forge Domain, which is worded exactly the same, or it's worded at exactly the same as the last ones, but like the player's handbook doesn't say that they don't count towards the limit. The Order Domain comes from Tasha's, and it says at each one you add them to your prepared spell list. Again, does not say one way or the other beyond that. And then we have like a more recent one, which is from the Tal'Dorei Critical Rulebook, which says you gain domain spells at the cleric levels listed in the Blood Domain spells table. So like, do they or don't they count towards your limit? You know, and is it because like the Arcana one, you only get those spells and one first level feat, but the Blood Domain, you get those spells and a bonus proficiency and a first level feat? You know, I don't know. This is one thing that's like always very like weary about how I actually design these. We're gonna go with Tal'Dorei. You gain domain spells at the cleric levels listed in the Luck Domain spells table. So we're gonna change this to cleric. Where's my notes? There's my notes. So they are gained at actually I can copy and paste some of these. Well, that was dumb. Oh well. 5th, 7th, and 9th. And this is going to be 1st. So the spells that we have here is Bless and Bane. Then we have Aid and Augury. We have probably one of my favorites, Bestow Curse and Remove Curse. I just thought it was really funny to give them the ability to give someone a curse and take it away. We have Death Ward and Divination. And then we have Circle of Power and Gesh. So there we go. Those are our spells on the Luck Domain spells table. Those are the spells that you are getting whether you want them or not. All right. So, bonus proficiencies. When you choose this domain at 1st level, you learn the Guidance cantrip, which doesn't count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. I need to change something down here. What is this color? That is the color that I need. And this is going to get changed, and this is going to be changed to green. And I have it in another... Where do I have that? I have that in the Sunetians. Sunetians is where I set that up. Yeah, friends. How do I have it here? Span class. So we need to come back in here. We need to make sure that this is set up. This down here gets a second one, which is that, and it's going to be white. And then we can go up here. Oh, yeah, there it is. I had heroism. Oh, that's right. If I would have just left it as pink, I could have... No, whatever. So, and then we're going to do this. And we're going to put this before that. And we're going to call this green. And there we go. It allows us to change the color of guidance there to a lovely green color. All right. So, additionally, Gambler's Insight. Also at 1st level, you gain proficiency with 2 gaming sets of your choice and have advantage on ability checks when playing games of chance. When I was starting to design this class in my head, I very much thought of my friend Kevin, who was playing a gambler fighter class. And I was like, oh yeah, like he would 100% be a luck cleric. Because his character followed Tamora. So I was like, yeah, we'll give them, we'll let them have their luck when it comes to gaming. All right. So, come down here. We have our last 1st level feature. This is Fortune Favors the Bold. Starting at first level, when a creature misses you with an attack, you have an advantage on the next attack you make against it before the end of your next turn. If the attack hits, it deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage. So this is when you are in the middle of combat, you are using luck. The fact that they missed you, you are taking their misfortune and you are turning it into your advantage, into your fortune. There was a part of me that wanted to like change the name of this to like your misfortune is my fortune. I just felt like the name was way too long. All right. On to Channel Divinity. Lucky me, lucky you. And honestly, this is probably going to need to be something that is pushed over to... Oh no, cool. So we can actually do the page break here. Nope, not page break. Column break. Nice. So, starting at second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to invoke Divine Luck. As a reaction, when you or an ally within 30 feet misses with an attack or fails an ability check or saving throw, you can use your Channel Divinity to allow that creature to re-roll and take the higher result. So essentially, you are able to use your Channel Divinity as a reaction that functions very much like the luck feat. So it's just, you know, anytime somebody fails, you can allow them to re-roll so long as you have uses of Channel Divinity. All right. To our next ability, Perilous Premonition. At 6th level, you learn how to recognize the sensation of approaching bad fortune. You have advantage on saving throws against traps and on initiative rolls, and you can't be surprised. In addition, when you are critically hit by an attack, you can reduce the damage you take from that by an amount equal to your cleric level. So, kind of like a Spidey sense. You know, one of the ways that you can kind of look at Spider-Man is that he's very lucky, but it's because of his Spidey sense. That's kind of how this is. Cruel Fate. I changed that to Misfortune. Cruel Fate. Use your Channel Divinity, Lucky Me, Lucky You on... Oh! Oh, I like that. You know what? Hold on. Ooh. Starting at second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to invoke Divine Luck or Misfortune. How do I want to word that? Because I really like that. Oh, wait. Hold on. To invoke. Fortune or Misfortune. Okay. So we'll kind of have this. This is gonna end up getting pushed to another page now. So we'll bold this and we'll bullet it. Invoke Fortune. Yeah. And then I'm also going to... I also want it to be green. And then we're just going to copy and paste this. Oh, good. It's still all on one page, and I can just get rid of the column break, and it'll be fine. Okay, so invoke fortune and invoke misfortune. Okay, as a reaction, when you or an ally within 30 feet misses with an attack or fails an ability check or saving throw, you can use your Channel Divinity to allow the creature to re-roll or take the higher result. So invoke misfortune. As a reaction, when a hostile creature within 30 feet hits with an attack. Yeah, hits with an attack or succeeds on a saving throw, you can use your Channel Divinity to impose. Yeah, I'm just gonna change this. You can use your Channel Divinity to reach a reroll and take the higher result. You can use your Channel Divinity to force the creature to reroll and take the lower result. That's cool. That is cool. When an enemy succeeds attack or against a saving throw. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I think that would be just. Oh yeah, I guess. As a reaction, when a hostile creature within 30 feet hits with an attack or succeeds on a saving throw. Oh, I see what you're saying. As a reaction, when a hostile creature within 30 feet hits you or an ally, it hits proceeds on a saving throw. See, I'm thinking in my mind, like, how many instances is them succeeding on a saving throw going to be a good thing for them? I mean, or a bad thing for them, where they would want to fail. Hits. Succeeds with an attack or against a saving throw. With an attack. See, I'm also worried about things bumping over to the next page. I mean, granted, I do have just lorem ipsum up here, so I can shorten this, and I can try and keep it to as short of a thing as possible. I think for right now, I'll leave it at that until I see what else I need. But no, that's such a cool idea. You know, using it one way or the other, that kind of like twisting luck. That's cool. Thank you for that. Oh man, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so now we have Perilous Premonition. Okay, so we got that. We're just going with the classic here. 8th level, Divine Strike. Everyone has it. Literally, go look up all the cleric subclasses. Everyone has Divine Strike. It's just what you do. Now this is what we did to Lucky Me, Lucky You is gonna change the notes that I had for the very last ability, Miraculous Fortune. Ooh, yeah, Lucky Strikes. Hey, that's a branding thing. You know what? There's a part of me that wants to, there's a part of me that now wants to make the Divine Strikes Lucky Strikes and have it be that it deals fire damage. That's really funny. No, Lucky Strike's cigarettes. It's a brand of cigarettes. It was the cigarettes that were marketed towards women. That's really funny. Oh man. I want to do it where it's like when you use this, you light up a cigarette. Okay, so 17th level capstone ability. At 17th level, when you cause a creature to reroll using your channel divinity, you can instead... Okay, so this was only because we were doing kind of the invoke fortune. But we are going to change this. At 17th level, you have mastered the art of manipulating fate and destiny. I don't want to keep using fortune and misfortune. I'm going to put fate and destiny. You've mastered the art of manipulating fate and destiny to both you've mastered the art of manipulating fate and destiny to both positive and negative. No. You have mastered the art of manipulating fate and destiny to both aid and ail those around you to a grand degree. When you cause when you cause a creature to re-roll using your channel divinity invoke fortune, you can instead allow them to treat the roll as a natural 20. Inversely, I probably need to change that. Firstly, you know what? I'm just going to put likewise. Likewise, when you cause a creature to reroll using channel divinity invoke misfortune, you can instead force them to treat the roll as a natural 1. Yeah. You can modify your channel divinity in this way once and regain the ability after taking a short rest. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool way to kind of play this, of like it's both, you know, it's both Tamora and Bashaba. So, and it's like, you know, now I don't know if now miraculous fortune is such the term that I would use now, as I don't know, you've mastered the art of manipulating fate and destiny to both aid and ail those around you to a grand degree. Lucky Strike, Perilous Premonition, Twisted Luck. Miraculous might need to change. What other word? What other word can we use? Chance. Oh, I don't know. I always use like certain words like apex, stuff like that. And I keep coming back to the character that I played, you know, Felix Fortuna, who was a divination wizard. And I keep like wanting to play into that. Oh, you know what I could do? No, I got it. I got it. Is there an apostrophe after it? No. Oh, Fortuna. Oh, Providence. That is a word that was escaping me. I didn't even have that in my list. I feel like O Fortuna is just like there might be something we can play into. Providence, that's a fucking, you know, that's $100 word right there. Divine Providence. Celestial Providence. I don't know. Divine Providence actually sounds pretty badass. Oh, wait. Providence refers to the guidance of a god. Okay. So, divine guidance or care. So we could, I mean, this is twisted luck. So what's like a greater degree than twisted? Warped providence, depraved, corrupted. Ooh. Skewed, intertwined, wind, bend, zigzag, meander. Distorted providence. Tortuous. Oh, tortuous is a fucking damn. See, divergent to me sounds like it's like, well, while divergent is definitely a word of like twist and bend, to me divergent plays too much into the word diverge, where it diverges from whatever it is. But tortuous fate sounds sick. I really like that. I really like Tortuous Fate. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Yeah. Tortuous Fate. That's fucking sick. Because, I mean, it's basically like, you know, it's basically just like the amped up version of this. Yeah, that's sick. All right. So... Damn. Yeah, that's it. So there we go. Other than needing some flavor text, which I can work on that tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get an image together. Something that feels appropriate. Oh, actually, here we go. This isn't the worst. I very quickly I quickly jumped on ChatGPT real quick to see if they can give me an image of a luck and fortune based D&D cleric. And you know what? I think that's pretty on point. Here, let me try and put this. Yeah. I think that's pretty on point. I mean, got some odd, obscure dice off to the side. The fucking 4-leaf clovers all over the place. You know, I mean, it's definitely an elf in nature. And look at that. It has 10 fingers. I mean, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Is that they don't give them 17 fingers. Oh man. Yeah, I think that's 100% what we're gonna use. You know, what we had. Where's it at? Where do I have my art folder? There we go. So yeah, what we had January, our very first month. We had the Yetikin Frostwalker Ranger. And last month we had the sick as fuck Chivalry Paladin. So, and this month we have the anime waifu, you know, Luck and Fate Cleric. So there we go. Yeah, that'll be now some gentle lucky cleric. Yeah. I feel like that's how she would be. She'd be like, it's like almost like more like trickster. You know, whenever she imposes the like the misfortune onto somebody, it's like, you know, she makes a banana peel appear under their feet so they slip on it. Oh man, I'm all for this. Oh yeah. So now I just have to now I just got to come up with some flavor text and we'll be all set. So misfortune for some is luck for others. That's very true. That is very true. But I think that's gonna be probably it for me tonight. I have some other notes. I'm probably gonna save them until next week's stream for the fortune teller background. That'll be something that we can work on next week. I guess to give you a little bit of insight into it, the overview for the fortune teller is that you have spent your life reading the signs and symbols of fate, interpreting the whims of destiny through various means, such as tarot cards, crystal balls, and the stars. Your insights into the future and understanding of the unseen forces, into the unseen understanding of the unseen forces that shape the world have brought you both respect and suspicion. Skill proficiencies are going to include insight and deception, and a tool proficiency, which is going to be kind of its own thing, because in the tools, there's not really like a where is it? Yeah, so in the tools, there's not really like a fortune telling kit. Like, you have the gaming sets and stuff like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like, you're gonna gain a tool proficiency in maybe like, I want to say a forgery kind of kit, or like something like that, something that's like, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to play into it. I might have to make my own. Fortune teller seems a little similar to matchmaker, both reading signs and using intuition. I can see that. Forgery tools, since they can be fit. Yes, that's actually where my mind went with forgery kit. I can see your point on them being similar. But the thing is that makes the matchmaker different is that the matchmaker is skilled in insight and persuasion, and they're all about understanding one's emotions in order to actually manipulate them in such a way to help them along, or to allow them to develop a relationship with someone else. Okay, be that a as lovers, as friends, or as business or royalty or anything like that. Whereas the fortune teller, the feature that I have designed for that is called Glimpses of Fate. You have an uncanny ability. Fucking hell. I keep using the same words. Sorry. I just noticed, I was like, I'm reading my notes off to the side, and I was like, I copy and pasted this. Yeah. So you have the ability to sense the threads of destiny weaving around individuals. So once per long rest, you can offer a creature a cryptic hint about their immediate future, which might influence their decisions or actions. This could be a vague premonition of danger, a whisper of opportunity, or a sense of impending doom, and the accuracy and usefulness of this information are at the discretion of the DM. So, whereas with Heart's Whisper is that you are spending time with them to better understand them, to give you advantage on checks made to actually influence them. This is that you are doing this, you are able to do this like once per day to try and read somebody, that you gain a brief insight into their, into their immediate future. But that can be, it's not like, you're not reading their emotions. You're not caring to understand them. You are using either like your tools, like a crystal ball, tarot cards, tea leaves, a star chart, what have you. You're using that to either do like fake it, or you're using actual magic to do it. But you're not actually taking the time to like get to know them. Like, you know, maybe palm reading might be a thing, but again, you're not studying them, you're not conversing with them for a long time. So no, actually saying, I think they're good to come one after another. Yeah, like I said, they definitely play into insight. They both have a tie to insight into one another. But you know, definitely each one of them has their own business. So, but yeah, like I said, we'll put that one together next week. We'll take a look at the Leprechaun. I still have to put that one together. Imagine both of them in the party. So funny enough, what it actually reminds me of is back in the day in the Phandalin 5 when we used to have Tony in the group, and he was playing a Stars Druid. Because a Stars Druid very much is what we just kind of designed. You know, they have a star map that allows them to learn guidance. They have guiding bolt. They're able to like use the well and woe, which is very similar to augury. So it's like very much to me took some of the idea of like what could be a fortune teller from the Star Druid. But definitely didn't want to touch too much on it. Adding the guidance cantrip was definitely something that I pulled from here. So but yeah, come back and join me next week. I don't know when, maybe Monday, hopefully Monday. I know it's like short notice, hopefully Monday, but if not, sometime next week I'll be doing another one of these streams. And also I probably will be going live tomorrow night as well. I'm gonna go play Helldivers with some friends tomorrow night. So Dad Bods and Hell Pods will be going live. We'll be spreading some managed democracy, as I will be doing in about 5 minutes here. So yeah, join me next week. Luck Cleric, Peace Cleric, and Divinate. Oh yes. Peace Clerics, yeah. Peace Clerics are a fun one. That would be sick. Yeah, they have that would be a hell of a thing. All the advantage. all the rerolls. But yeah, so like I said, join me Monday if I am here Monday doing this. But otherwise, join me next week whenever I'm back doing another D&D and chill. Thank you so much for joining me. I very much appreciate you all coming by and hanging out, listening to some music. Charian, those that don't know, my buddy, hopping in here tonight. It was great to see you, great to have you. Love your ideas. Please feel free to stop by anytime I'm streaming, because that was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance tonight. And then, yeah, like I said, come back tomorrow night if you want to watch me, Justin, Jared, and who else knows who will be joining that one, to go out and kill some bugs, maybe some automatons. So thanks so much. I will see you guys later. Enjoy your evenings, get some sleep, have fun. Love y'all.